them steppers, huh? But you can't step with us. Niggas swear they certified steppers, but don't step enough. So you be with them steppers, huh? But you can't step with us. Niggas swear they certified steppers, but don't step enough. So you be with them steppers.
Yo.
Welcome to the CertifiedSteppazPodcast. I'm your host, Smooth, and this is my co-host, KP.
Yeah, what's happening, baby? What's going with you?
AKA Raw Dog Jamal.
What's up with you, man? You still call me that shit. What's up with you, bro?
Man, I'm just feeling great, bro. Feeling blessed.
Yeah, it's blessed up, man. We finally here, right? Like first, like we here.
Yes.
The very first Certified Steppers podcast episode, man. And bro, so shit, talk to me, bro. What's top of mind for you? What's on your mind? How you feeling?
I'm just feeling blessed that we finally here.
Yeah.
After we said we was gonna do something and we did.
Yeah.
The first time around we wanted to start the clothing line, but you was in New York, I was out here this time.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get the ball rolling on that. But with this, we said that, man, it's time for us to do something.
For sure.
And we actually accomplished that, and that's I'm feeling great about that.
And the fact that we actually got to this point, right? It's just to make sure it was real. Yeah, I feel you on that. Same way, man. Look, likewise on all of those feelings. I'm super excited. As you know, it's my birthday today.
Yes.
So I'm celebrating another 365 years. 365 days around the sun.
Yeah.
So that in itself is something to celebrate. And then this was kind of like a birthday gift to myself, if I be honest with you, bro. All the months prior to this, well, we kept this private, we kept this a secret, we just worked in silence, we grind, we actually put our own money behind this thing, started from the ground up and we building, bro. So like that whole grind process was fun as fuck.
Great accomplishment.
Absolutely. Yeah, so for me it's like we here, so how we gonna give the people what they came to see.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do, man, just to kick off the first episode, dog, is like we had that promo video that we posted yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of got a little traction. The people who really know us and fuck with us, they kind of, they looking at the video, they congratulating us and all of that, which is fine and dandy. We haven't accomplished nothing really yet, but the fact that we just started something, which is great in itself. I'm not trying to dumb that down, but but I wanted to just kind of continue on to that conversation about like what they can expect from us, from the podcast. And I know you was heavily focused on women, relationships, and talking about that aspect. I just kind of vaguely mentioned vulnerability, some jokes, some fun stuff, our personality side, but kind of wanted to expound on that. And before I go in and give my thoughts, I'm gonna slide it over to you and just ask you to kind of give the people, in addition to some of that stuff you said on the promo video, what else they can expect from you on the podcast.
I think we're just gonna give them us our experiences with women, our special relationships, like I said on the
that's for sure.
On the promo video.
Sure.
We both two single guys in Houston.
Yeah.
I don't mean to toot our own horn, but
too much.
We get women. I'll say that. But just our perspective on that, on everything that's going on in the world, like with the pandemic, the election, sports.
Yeah, we touch on all that. Yeah, for sure.
All of it.
For me, whenever I mention like vulnerability and seriousness, as I mentioned the word, and then I talk about jokes and stuff. Like my idea of this podcast, like when I think about the idea when we first came to the table with it, I'm like, shit, I get a chance to kick it with my partner and let people see how we kick it. Yeah, I'm on. So like that's my approach to this whole podcast. Man, I'm gonna sit down, I'm kicking it with my partner that I've been knowing 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna rock with him just on general conversation that we would talk about anyway if the cameras was off, right?
Yeah, that's I feel like they get to see us, how we see each other, how we usually talk with each other.
Exactly. Yeah, because normally we out, we chilling, we people watching. People who don't know us don't get to see the dynamic of the relationship and how like you really my partner, like you the big homie for real. You know what I'm saying? So like it's cool that they're gonna get to see that. But then in addition to that, like we're gonna go places where like you and I we've talked about in private that I want to bring to the public too. Whether it was failed relationships or a failed marriage, pointing the fingers at myself, right? Are we talking about, the damage that we've caused in relationships, flipping that mirror and making ourselves look in the mirror, like we're gonna go to that vulnerable place there as well, and we're gonna talk about some of the places that it took us, anxiety with your things, what you deal with, depression. Whenever I was coming out of that marriage that I went through, we're gonna go through all those places as well. So like we're gonna have some fun, but you know what I'm saying, we want y'all to know that when y'all in y'all darkest days, y'all gonna be able to rock with us too, because we regular people and we deal with that shit too, right? So and I think that would be the only way that I could do a podcast, because I'm not big on trying to sway somebody on an opinion. Listen, I'm gonna give you my authentic self, and you can make a decision on if you're gonna fuck with me or not.
Yeah.
And that's how I've always been, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be fun that way, bro.
I agree.
Yeah. It's also gonna just be dope to just see the responses and the kind of feedback we get. You know, because especially our homies, they're gonna go in, they're gonna talk about it, but it's all good. I'm not tripping on that. But I mean, like, today is not the day that we're gonna really just dive into anything deep, right? We don't have time for that. Today is a celebration, right? Today is our day to have fucking fun. We both Scorpios. We both, our birthday 2 weeks apart, right? So we both basically celebrating shit, because we normally celebrate our birthdays, together anyway, when we rocking and shit. Pause. So yeah, and what we're gonna do now, since we got the cameras on, is we're gonna spend a few minutes just celebrating this first episode, talking the shit we normally talk, and that's 2020 and this dating life, man, and these women and this struggle that it is to actually find a good one.
Big struggle, man.
If I'm being honest, right? And I think it's a clash of views, right? Women views versus men views on how dating should be done. So like, that's my question coming to you right now, like, what's your thoughts? How long you been single, first and foremost?
I'd say about a year and a half.
About a year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been actively out there, right?
Yeah.
I know you have.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's your opinion on overall the dating scene, and then two, why you still feel like you need to be single at this point?
I don't feel like I need to be single.
Okay.
Bro, I just feel the dating in this day and age is way different than what it used to be. Like with the social media and all that.
Yeah.
Like with me, for me to find somebody that I want to be with, like it takes me a while for that. Like maybe I say it takes me a year or something to find somebody actually I could see.
Yeah.
Building that with.
Is that a predetermined like time limit? Like it's deeper, right? Yeah. I mean, for me, when I think about the 2020 dating scene, and granted, I'm coming out of a marriage, so like I ran that whole lap, right? And for whatever reason, that didn't work out. And then for me, when I'm jumping back into the dating scene, it was like completely different. There was, Snapchat was lit, and this was just Instagram, and finding these followers, and this importance on always being seen type of shit. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So like you start going on dates with females and all this shit, and it's like you gotta get a picture of this and get a picture of that, and we gotta post this and post that, and I'm like, man, we can't just rock one-on-one real quick, you know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it's like the first initial thing was adjusting to that, but then after that, it's like finding that connection, bro.
Do you feel in this day and age that you have to chase a woman? Like, it's the woman wants you to chase them than what you used to do before your marriage? How you think is different?
So that's a good question. So before the marriage, I was doing most of the chasing because I was chasing a specific person. I mean, I'm talking like as soon as I graduated college and I met my ex now, like I was doing a lot of chasing on that, right? So I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't see anything else. So it's hard for me to kind of tell you how it was to date right before my marriage. And because that was the only person I was dating, and it was easy because we just clicked, right? It was a connection, right? And then if I'm being honest, prior to that, I wasn't really dating nobody. I was in college, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't really doing nothing crazy. At least I wasn't. Like it was a numbers game back then. If we're being honest, it's like let's move around, let's see what we can get. You know what I'm saying? And as corny as it may sound, I get it, right? At the age I am now, we ain't on that, but back then that's just what it was, right? So fast forward to after, my marriage and jumping into this game, it's like the focus has went away from building that genuine connection and getting to know somebody, and it's about a status that you can build with somebody. You know, you're not building that connection no more, you're building that status. And I can give a fuck about a status. Bro. I can give a fuck about a status or a title. Like, I need that companionship. Like, let me rock with you. Like, you know, like what type of music you want to listen to, you know me. I'll sit my TV off for a month straight, just vibe out to my music. You know what I'm saying? Can we vibe to music? You know, can I take you there in a conversation where I'm in my deep thought, thinking emotionally? You know how I get. I'm a Scorpio. I go deep as fuck with my conversations. Like, can you maintain those type of conversations? Can you build a genuine connection with me? You know what I'm saying? Once I find that, I ain't dating no more. Like, I'm gonna be dating her, but I'm like, I'm off the market. Until then, they gonna get this big 6'6" frame in every club in Houston until then, you feel me?
City boy.
Nah, I'm just bullshit, you know me. I'm way too reserved to be out every weekend, bro. I'm way too reserved. But it is a real thing, bro. Like, just really trying to find somebody to rock with and chill with, right? And just have somebody that you can just confide in, you know.
Do you have any prospects now with that?
Oh, man. You know, I got people I talk to.
Yeah.
You feel me? In all honesty, to keep it realness, of course. Like I'm a single dude, right? In Houston, and I have females that I definitely communicate with. Am I in a position where I'm ready to call one of them my girlfriend? Nah. But it's not because of selfish reasons, right? Again, it's about finding somebody that I can rock with, one, but then two, I got so much going on, you know, in my personal life and shit that I'm trying to get done, that I'm so focused on building shit that the girlfriend, to me, I'm like, the chick gonna come when she come, right? I'm gonna run into her, right? So I ain't really tripping on it, right? Yeah.
Man, but, speaking on that, when I first was single, I found myself like trying to change my ways. Like instead of acting single, I was just trying to like, if I don't see you as a potential girlfriend, then I cut you off. I was trying to do that, and I didn't get nowhere with that.
So meaning like you wouldn't even get the draws? You just
yeah.
Okay, so you would get what you can get and then cut you off.
And then if I see that it ain't going nowhere, I cut you off.
Okay.
Like keep trying to focus on one chick. I was trying to do like that. No.
Yeah.
That's something I never would do. I'm just trying to change that.
Yeah.
I know, but now I'm just like, I'm single. I'm an ex-single.
Right, as you should.
And if I'm feeling one chick, then
Yeah, you know how to end shit when you need to end it, but like when you feeling a chick, when you feeling a chick, you know how to end it. But when you're not on that energy, then you doing single shit. Same here. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I'm a move and I'm a do me, but what I also think, and I'm gonna be real, like just like I'm cool with calling women on their shit, I'm so cool with calling us dudes on our shit, right? And it's like the biggest thing that I think us as men have a problem with is, bro, just being fucking honest.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest thing to do. Like, when you can just be honest, no matter how blunt it is, no matter how harsh it is or playful or whatever, if you can give a female honesty, she gonna sit with it for a minute and she gotta let that emotion go full circle. But I guarantee you the respect factor is either gonna be the same or it's going to grow, right? Because you allowed her to make a decision about the way you're moving instead of manipulating her and thinking that you was one way. That's why for me, like I've lost so many women being honest, but I'm cool with that because I know that if I ever bump into you again, if there's ever an opportunity, that you're gonna reconsider that because you know at the end of it, everything, you strip away all my bullshit, at my core, you're gonna get the truth. Right? So I'm gonna always rock with honesty, dog. And I think if more men learn how to just be cool and tell the truth, like if you out here in these streets, you being single, right? I have no problem telling the female, yo, like I fuck with you on a certain level. Like we can kick it, we can smoke, you know, I do my thing, we can smoke, we can drink, or whatever. But right now, I'm not in the space where I want a girlfriend. You feel me? And if you send that message to them, and that message is received, then they have to respect it. They can be like, all right, I'm not finna waste my time because I'm looking for a relationship, then cool. Y'all can go y'all separate ways. However, if you tell them that you're not looking for that and she's choosing to rock with you, it's because she's doing that because she made that decision. Yeah. And we approach women in that way, like I think all this whole little bullshit about niggas ain't shit, black men are so disappointing and how we get you know, how we get shitted on, I think that some of that should be self-inflicted. That's just my opinion of it.
I agree with you on that.
It's just, you know, and then like, and then granted, not gonna act like women don't lie either, you know, and that's how we get into the whole point of like dealing with trust issues and all that shit, right? Like, can you honestly sit here and say that you've never had trust issues?
Right now, maybe a little bit, but that's only because of the situation. You know, that might be for a different podcast, but the whole entanglement situation.
Okay, yeah.
That reason, but nah, not really.
So, okay, so you've never been, and that's probably because of how quick you was, let me see if I can fuck with you, if I don't fuck with you, I'm gonna ghost you type of shit. Yeah. So you never put yourself in, so you've only had that one situation where you your trust got let down.
Yeah, that's my cool.
I mean, I haven't had many either. Like, I got one from college for sure. Like, my freshman year in college, the chick I was talking to then on some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? It was some shit that was, you know, we was rocking a certain way, and you know, other shit got found out. You know, so you kind of build. You like, damn, I was fucking with you, shorty. And it was like, all right, cool, that's what we doing. So yeah, and for me, you go into that savage mode because you're so young. Now you're just protecting those emotions, right? You don't want to feel shit, right? You don't want to feel nothing. But like, that's so wrong. That's like, you can't handle that shit that way. And so you gotta feel the emotions.
I was just gonna say, like, what you having trust issues? How did it make you act towards the females you talk to now?
Good question. So, yeah, it's like you know, I mentioned earlier, like, I'm a people watcher, right? And I'm more reserved now. And you know it now. You can see it as me being your homie going through my marriage and all that shit. Like, y'all call it growth, which I appreciate, but you know, you saw that the dynamic change in some kind of way, trying to figure out what it was, right? And for me, it's like, now it's like, it's nothing that a female did to me per se that kind of made me have trust issues. It was like trusting my own decision making. See what I'm saying? It was like, damn, son, like, you thought you had you one. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I second guessed myself. She could be showing all kind of signs, right? And you could want to rock with her. Like here in Houston, I've been here 2.5 years now, just about, right? And I can tell you on a few occasions, two in particular stand out heavy, both of them nurses. Man, like real shit. If I can rewind the hands of time, yes sir, I go do a lot of things different just because it's like I was in that headspace, you know, because of trust issues, that I couldn't even open up to them, and I couldn't.
So do you think you still have trust issues now?
Yeah, yes, but I also know that I'm in a better space with it, if that makes sense. Meaning that, like, I'm still gonna question some shit, and it's about me, my decision making. But it's like, it's almost like it's not in the trust issue stage no more. It's a reminder of take your time and make sure that you're going about it the right way. The reason why I say it's a reminder now is because I'm so open to the dating life now and telling females that I want to have a relationship and letting them know that I'm open for that conversation. Like, I'm having those talks now. Before, it was none of that, you feel me? But now it's like, yeah, I really am looking for that. But the prerequisite to that is I need to see if we vibe and connect. Yeah. So, and whatever time that takes is what it's going to take.
Yeah. So let's say the two chicks you said that you had the trust issue problem with.
Trust issues with
you.
Yeah.
If you could, you say if you could go back, would you be in a relationship with either one of those?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one of them. I can't even front on that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, for me it's like I believe that things happen for a reason. Like, I'm not focused on taking 2 steps back unless it happens naturally. So like, if I happen to bump into one of those 2 females, right, and one or the other of those 2 females, and it organically turns into that, I'm fucking with it for sure. But I'm not gonna go out my way to force that shit. Especially, I know that they probably got situations. I know previously I saw that one of them for sure had a situation, and I heard the other one did. Not nothing that I be checking up on, it's just through word of mouth and get back to me. So I'm not the type to go back and be like, hey, look at me, put my hand up, I'm ready to act right now, right? I take it as a lesson learned, and then I move forward. But then the next chick that I do approach, I'm on my shit now, a little bit better than I was before. Because I got 2 experiences where I've learned how not to be on my shit.
So with those 2, you never went back and tried to rewrite?
Yeah. When I was in that toxic stage, for sure. Yeah, but I wasn't over the fact that I was over those trust issues. What I couldn't get over is the fact that they won't fuck with me no more. It's that male ego. You know how it is. I'm gonna give you that real though. I'm gonna talk that real with you. It's that male ego that we got, bro. Like, I wasn't at a point to where I was trusting myself yet, but it was like, fuck it, like you need to wait for me until I get there, please. So I'm trying to feed you this shit to make you. But you know, females, especially at the age that we deal with them now, when they grow up, they understand to read through the bullshit. And I respect it because I want a woman that can see through my bullshit and call me on my shit. Like I would never, ever be able to deal with a yes female or a soft ass female or a female that just want to cater to me all the time. Now, you gotta talk greasy sometimes with me. I need to see that hood shit. I need to know that you can hold your own. Because I need to know if the world is talking about me, if motherfuckers is against me outside, then I got a soldier that's gonna ride with me. I ain't talking about physically fighting, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay in that department, but I'm talking about somebody that's gonna vouch for me, bar none, right? And you can't be soft doing that. See what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure. And both of those women that you referred to, I feel like, absolutely, like they got that type of personality.
Yeah, see me, I was totally opposite. When I didn't have trust issues, but I felt like I wasn't ready for a relationship with the chick. Yeah. So I would, but when I did realize that, I was like, fuck that, I think she could be, this could possibly be something. So I went back.
It's the same entanglement situation?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering, okay.
So I went back and tried to be like, look, I'm ready now. Let's try to do this. Man, she was like, nah, when I wanted that, I wanted that. So, you know, it's too late. And
you gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I don't respect, bro? What I can't respect, and this is again, we're gonna get to our females, but like, it just be so corny. And you know me, I don't bash my dudes. Like, I'm an uplifting of my kings. Yeah. Even when I know you doing some bad shit, I'm gonna uplift you, dog. But like I've seen some cats out here where I was like, man, this nigga take rejection to the heart. Like, I'm talking about females just be like, hey, I got a boyfriend. Yeah. Fuck you, then bitch, you ugly anyway. Like, excuse me? Like, homie, like, she's just trying to keep her household safe, dog, that I live. You know,
I never understood that, man. Speaking of that, I went to Kroger the other day, and I see that, I went to buy some champagne for the mimosa. Yeah. Man, I go to get the champagne, I see this dude walk up to the chicken, look at something in the freezer, he tried to get a number and said, she's like, nah, I don't really want, I ain't really trying to talk to nobody right now. And me personally, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, I just walked off. Yeah. I'm just standing there, he's like, oh wait, so you don't like, you're not a people person? Like, he keep on going. I'm like, dude, man, just walk away, man. Just walk away, bro. You ain't about to get the chick now, man.
Yeah, we gotta learn how to take our L's. But we all been there. I've never been to like shop there at a female, but it's like, you know, you ask her, dang, she's so open to have a conversation with me, but then you try to slide the number, see if you can get the number, she ain't on that shit. You like, yo, you sure? And you just double check, we been there, I get it. But you right, man, just let it go. Just let it go.
Especially when you in the grocery store.
Yeah,
like a bar or something.
Yeah, that gotta be a quick pickup. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We there to get food, we there to chill. And granted, like I told you, like, I'm green to this dating shit. Like, I've been hearing stories like, you know, people be like, yeah, you gotta go to the grocery stores and all these spots to get women. And I'm like, huh?
I've never got a number in the grocery store.
Me neither, I don't. But they say women roll around in carts and shit. Like, single women will do that, and if they see somebody, they'll give a little attention to see if she let me just pull up.
Then, speaking of that situation happened at the grocery store, y'all both had masks on.
Yeah.
Man, you don't know what that girl like. She don't know what you really look like.
You been fooled with the mask yet?
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
I seen a chick at work, and she's Hispanic chick. She always had on some workout pants. Like, damn, she kind of pretty. I never seen her without the mask because she was new. Man, I went in the break room one day and she had a mask. Like, damn, man, I thought that shit was bad. Yeah. I thought she was bad, man. That mask fooled the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I've been psyched before too. That's why I was like, I be waiting for them to remove it, dog. Like, I can't approach a chick with her mask on and she had to take it off. Yeah. Granted, in this new pandemic society that we have, we can argue all day whether that's safe or unsafe, but man, still. Like,
you could just holler and be like, hey, keep that mask on the whole time.
Yeah, but man, listen, you can't. I'm not trying to get fooled like that. You feel me? So like, for me, it's like I need to see your face. I feel you. So like, hey, but like, so going through the whole conversation with trust issues and like this dating scene, like ultimately, like what, like when you really looking for a female, I know I kind of gave my opinions already on like that connection is really top of the line for me. But like what is it you looking for? Like when you really trying to rock, you said it takes a while, you know, sometimes a year before you can really fuck with a female, but within that year, like what is she showing you to make you say, yeah, like you know,
like the conversation vibe, like we just can steadily continue conversation. Like I don't like how in dating this day and age, man, some chicks just want you to chase them the whole time.
Yeah.
I just want the conversation to flow, the vibe to flow. When we around each other, it's like it's all laughs. We both got our personality going like that. Yeah. It just, man, just for me, it just take a long time for me to find a connection with a female, bro. Yeah.
And you got to build on that shit.
Yeah, cause let's say I get a chick number right now. We go to a bar or something, and I can tell how the conversation go through text. If she gonna be something or not. Yeah. I automatically tell, like after a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah, she gonna be something.
So whenever you get a female number, are you heavy on the text and you're not big on the phone talking and stuff? Or are you more phone calls and less text?
In the beginning, I'm heavy on the text.
Yeah.
And if I see how it's flowing, I'm like, yeah, if it's flowing through text, it's gonna flow on the phone. Yeah. But if it ain't flowing through text, I believe it ain't gonna flow on the phone.
Yeah. I beg to differ on that because I've experienced a female that just can't text. You know, it's just terrible. But I also know how to hold a conversation through text. My problem is consistency. Yeah. You feel me? Like,
see, I'm different. I'm way consistent, more consistent with text.
Man, listen, boy, 99.9997 like a goddamn positive pregnancy test. Like the women that I lost, if you ask them why you and Caleb fell off, 99.99998, we're gonna knock it up another 10. I'm being honest with you. They're gonna be like, this nigga's not consistent. Period. Yeah. I hear that, and like, bro, it's like you, like as a man, when you hear it, like I don't be ignoring that shit. I really be trying to work. Like, I gotta work on it from a standpoint where I'm not changing me. Like I'm never gonna be a person that's gonna text all day. I love FaceTime though. Yeah. I love talking on the phone. Yeah. We can hop on FaceTime on the phone all day long.
See, bro, I hate FaceTime, bro. Especially if they ain't playing. I don't like this shit at all.
Yeah, really? You don't like? I feel you. I've heard some females do tell me, but I always ask first, right? Yeah. So if I get the number and I'm texting, and if I've gotten to a point where we exchange a few texts and I'm like, man, I want to hear a voice, I just want to see how we rock through conversation, I'll ask, I'm like, yo, are you cool with like either on the phone or even better if you rock with FaceTime? Let me know if this is something that's comfortable before you're at this stage, you know? Yeah. And so I give them the opportunity to tell me yay or nay, right? And if they say, yeah, then cool, I'm gonna call them right there and now. But if they tell me nah, I respect it and I still try. But those that say no are normally the ones where it's like it don't last much longer because it's like, like I can't keep that conversation.
I think since we got two totally different perspectives on that, because I'm an introvert and you not.
See, that's people tell me that all the time, bro. Yeah. Like people tell me that my friends, like all my bros, like nigga, you ain't no fucking introvert. Yeah. But like I'm an introvert, but I'm also a Scorpio. So like in our circle, y'all know me. I'm the goofy nigga in the clique. You know, like I'm the big goofy one, the big one that's always cracking jokes, the one that's keeping spirits high. But if you see me around people that I really don't know, like people that I don't really care to get to know, or like I'm indifferent about, man, I'm playing the background. I'm chill. Like that's the introvert in me. Like I'm cool with just. I love my me time. I love kicking it with me. I love like being in a space where I'm just chilling, right? But like when I'm around people that I fuck with, you know it's go time. You know we go up all day. Yeah. So yeah, like, but like you an introvert. Yeah. Like you an introvert around me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Which I get that about you. That's why I know I be having to pull shit out of you sometimes. You know, whether it be through some shit we trying to get done business-wise, or going out, and we just trying to have some fun. Sometimes we just gotta hype your ass up. Cause nigga, sometimes you wanna do it, and like you can do it if it's some business shit, but sometimes you just gotta You know, it's one of them things. It's like, you know, just gonna get to what we get to.
Yeah, I gotta get out of my comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, bro. That's a big thing. And once you get to that point, excuse me, while I take a little sip, I was getting a little parched. Hey, but once you get to that point at being comfortable, you know, out of your comfort zone, like once you're comfortable in that gray area space, dog, like you really stop caring about, like me, bro, the shit I used to give a fuck about, I look back now and I be like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Like why did I even give a fuck about this shit? Like seriously, I really want, I'm like, man, look, do I care about this enough to give negative energy on this topic, right? Like like is it affecting me emotionally? No. That like does it affect my bank account? Like no. You know, so is it harming anybody that I love or care about? Nah. I'm straight on that. And I don't care, like, and it ain't even no like I don't care like I'm an asshole. It's just like, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like I've mastered the art of not letting shit that I can't control, not letting that shit go.
Yeah. That's what I'm on now. Like with the whole the whole anxiety situation, I'm actually glad that happened because the space I'm in today, like I don't really give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
Like I can just see how I am now and how I was before it happened.
Yeah.
And then when it happened.
And how long have you been dealing with that anxiety? Because it was like when I found out, just recently, I just found out.
Shit, I guess I didn't know I was dealing with it because I didn't really figure. I didn't know what it was until the whole panic attack shit started happening. Yeah. And I was actually dealing with anxiety.
Yeah. Can you just for people, you know what I'm saying, since we got listeners now. I'm gonna say that one more time because we got listeners now. But seriously, I really want you to just take a quick couple minutes and just kind of talk through anxiety and what that is, like what you experience when you're going through that.
With anxiety, I just figure it's like worrying about something. It's worried about things that I guess you're going on through life. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really feel like I was worried about nothing. But I read a lot about it since I was dealing with like the panic attacks. And it just says that it builds up and eventually it can make you have a panic attack. Mm-hmm. And when somebody asked me what a panic attack feels like, and a panic attack is, it triggers your fight or flight reaction in your body. Mm. Like you think something bad is gonna happen, so you got the choice of running away from it or trying to fight and deal with it. Yeah. But physically how it feels, somebody asked me this the other day. It feels like you having a heart attack and you thinking you're gonna die from it, but it's all in your head. But you feel everything like it's a heart attack. Yeah. But it's all in your head, make you feel that.
Yeah, bro. Just speaking on what you're talking about, when I got that call, we was like, bro, can you come to my house real quick? Yeah. And you know me, I'm automatically thinking, because you called me, you be on a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, Jeremy, stop playing, nigga, I just dropped you off. It was literally like, what, 5 minutes? Yeah. I just dropped you off. I'm like, man, stop bullshit. I'm gonna come back over. And you was like, nah, for real, you gotta come back over here. And you just stopped talking and the phone hung up. And I was like, oh shit. So I hopped in the car and I dipped. And when I saw your watch say 196 was your heart rate, and you was just standing up, well, I got nervous and said, I'm like, what the fuck going on with this boy? Like, that's when I got worried. And I was like, oh shit. But then when the ambulance came, they was like, nah, it's just a panic attack, you can relax. And then I was like, all right, cool. But I was like, nah, heart's supposed to be jumping like this. I didn't know nothing about it.
We both didn't know it was anxiety or panic attacks.
Nah.
So, and
then scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Shit, it scared the hell out of me. Shit, I thought about it.
Yeah, like, do you think that stems from some childhood trauma that you've ever dealt with, or you can't pinpoint where that anxiety comes from?
The only thing I can pinpoint to that is my mom dealt with anxiety and depression. And when I went to the doctor, she said, yeah, it's like, it could be hereditary. So. Okay. So it's not necessarily even be going through some shit sometimes. Yeah. It's just happening to you. And another thing I read, like, you could be at work worried about something, like something not getting out on time, you're not doing something on time, and then later on that week, it can cause you to have like a panic attack. Yeah. Some stuff from weeks before could cause you to have a panic attack later on.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, I mean, like now, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad it happened though. To be honest with you.
Your heart ain't jumping like that. I really thought, and when I first saw them, I was like, oh man, what female did this to this man?
Hell no. I don't know no female that called that.
I'm like, damn, this man must have popped in my Cialis or something. I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? But that was, I just went through because I'm like, man, my dog young. I know you gotta help your heart. He must have popped him. You know what I'm saying? I call them sex jiggers.
Nah, you call them that blue chew. That blue chew.
No, but you was about to say, I didn't even touch that.
But see, yeah, the thing that worried me the most, cause I ain't know that was wrong with my heart.
Yeah.
Like even after we went to the ambulance, the hospital, and they said there was a panic attack, my heart would keep jumping up. So I was just worried about maybe something was wrong with my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what kept on causing it, because now I don't have.
Oh, because now you don't even think about it. It's like,
I don't even take the medication no more.
Cool. Okay, so you off all of that. So okay, so hard part. A lot of that has to do with worrying, right?
Yeah. Because every time I go to the doctor, they'd be like, "What do you think is causing you to feel worried?" And I was like, seeing my heart rate always spiking up. She's like, "Don't look at your heart rate."
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I just had to do that. That's why I don't really look at it on my Apple Watch.
Yeah, leave it alone. If it's triggering something, leave that alone. Now I really did thought that a female was doing that too.
Fuck no, man.
Just jumping back into some topics that you and I normally discuss. Like, let me give you a scenario and a situation, right? Like, let's say, you know what I'm saying, you started rocking with a chick, right? And you was coming out of a situation too, right? You're coming out of a situation, and she been dealing with her bullshit or whatever, she got something going on. And, you know, for whatever reason, when y'all connect, y'all was vibing perfectly, but then like shit goes left, right? And she not used to like being ghosted, you know, like you said, you ghosted shit. She not used to being ghosted. She ain't used to all that shit. And her innate reaction is to explode, right? Yeah. Like in those situations, like how do you handle females that like explode on you, cuss you out in text, maybe pop up at your crib, do all that shit, like, cause like I got a situation where I was like, yo, you wildin', right? But like, instead, like whenever I sat back and I realized like where she was coming toward initially, so I'll tell you what happened. So, rock with this female, she was just doing some childish shit, right? Like popped up my crib once unannounced. You know, left me this long ass 9-minute voicemail when she was drinking. You know what I'm saying? Just commenting on my voicemail though, like doing stupid shit, childish shit, right? It's like, come on, you know. So like, for me it was like, boom, I'm done with you, blah, boom, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go off or whatever, and I'm not hearing this shit. Like, I'm done with you. But then like, for me it was like, when time passed, it was like, I looked at it as an opportunity, bro, and I was like, damn, this is some growth, I guess. But like we had crossed paths again for whatever reasons, and I felt like for some reason it was like a bunch of empathy came through my body. Like I don't even know where that shit came from. It was like yo, I see Shorty like trying to be somebody better than who she is, but she don't necessarily know how to get there. And like all those childish ass you know, reactions that she's having, right? All them childish ass reactions that she's going through is a direct reflection of her yearning out for some help, right? Yeah. So instead of like, you know, kind of curving the situation on some, I'm cool, boom, like, hey, I've been alright, boom, and just dipping. It was like I got into a real conversation on how you been and checking in on her. And like when I did that, I was just asking like, you know, I just came like, are you okay? Just going through, you know, checking on her mental and shit. And she kind of opened up to me and kind of told me that she was dealing with shit and she's working on trying to change and shit. Like, honestly, bro, like me and her relationship, she's not my girlfriend or nothing, like, but she's my homie. We cool, but like me and her relationship now is dope as fuck, my nigga. Like, she a dope ass female. She come check on me from time to time. We actually kick it now. We just do shit, and she cool. But but it was like, damn, I could have threw away a cold ass friendship just because I wasn't willing to kind of lean in and try to see like what the fuck was really going on, or like what was causing her to react and do all this dumb shit. So I tell you all of that story to ask you like, Like, do you think you got any patience for a female like that, or is it just an automatic, nah, fuck you, I'm out of here type of situation? Or would you even take that approach with somebody that you initially didn't even think y'all had any type of connection with?
Well, you know me, so you know I can, like, if a female go off on me, she gonna be that savage Jeremy.
You gonna cut it the fuck out,
savage Jeremy. And I ain't never had no female pop up on me, pop up at my crib, like unless she wants some dick or something like that.
Yeah.
I done had females do that shit, but I don't know, like.
She popped up thinking somebody else was over here.
Yeah, I ain't never had that.
Yeah.
I never had that. But like for a female to blow up on me, yeah, she gonna be that Scorpio, that 21-year-old Jeremy, savage.
Yeah.
Women, savage life.
And I feel you because I can go there too, but then it's like, for me, you know how it is. Like, you know how I am. I don't get as mad especially as quick as you do. Like, I don't get as mad. I look at shit for what it is and be like, all right, love. You know, if it ain't really affecting me in that way, like I told you, or like,
it's either I'm gonna go off on you just once. I ain't gonna keep going off on you, or I'm gonna just ignore you. Like, man, I ain't got no time for that shit. Especially if it's not someone I see myself be in a relationship with.
Right, but see that was the crazy thing about this situation. It was like I had to ask myself, I'm like, damn, because that's what I did. Like, I'm like, once that shit happened, I'm like, yo, I'm done with you, love. Like, this, I'm cool. Yeah. Like, move on, right? But like when I ran into her again, like I'm like, okay, I don't know if it was just a regular vibe I caught or something. Like I just said, I don't know where the shit came from because normally I don't do that. Like when I cut you off, I'm done. We move forward. You know, whether we cool or not, we move forward. 9 times out of 10, we probably still gonna keep it cordial and cool because I don't really have no big crazy breakups or nothing like that. But I know how to just keep it pushing. With this situation, it was just weird because it was like, damn, why the fuck am I just trying to figure out if she alright? And like, you know, just check in on her on some shit like that. And but like low key, I'm glad I did because like I said, like now I realize that I did help somebody. You know, just by not now saying I was no therapist or nothing like that, but just by being a friend, just by listening, just by opening up and allowing her to have a safe space to communicate, like I gained a genuine friend out of that process. And it's the weirdest and the coolest experience that I had in a while, just because, you know, it came unexpected as fuck. But I always just wanted to ask people like, yo, like, one, how did I get to that point? Just two, is like, is that something niggas do? Like, are they giving females these second chances like that when they wild like that, or are you just like, nah, we don't?
How did she get to the point that she started popping up to your crib? Like
Yeah, we was on a certain level where we was kicking it heavy. Like we wasn't in a relationship, but we was doing relationship shit for sure, right? And you know, it's just like, but then at a certain time, like I said, the honesty piece, like she knew out the gate, like we ain't on that level. We ain't finna rock like we in a relate. Like I'm not finna call you my girlfriend or move like that, and vice versa. Like she had other dates she was on and all that shit, right? So, but you know, of course, the feelings came, right? Yeah. So when the feelings come, it's a reaction.
I feel you gotta be a certain type of female to pop up at your crib. You think that?
Explain. Like when you say a certain type, what you mean by certain type?
Like since I've never experienced it. Like,
yeah, you on the outside looking in, this is what you think. But when you say a certain type of female, like what certain type you think, like crazy? Or?
No, not crazy, but you just gotta be in you.
Yeah, you gotta be one of the savage ass.
Like if that's not your nigga, you just gotta be some kind of savage to pop
up. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's about the upbringing, right? And like what you learn on how to deal with a nigga, like, and that's exactly through our conversation with her. That was what we were uncovering in that dope ass conversation that we had, dog. It was like, she was like, yo, sometimes I go through these rants, like, because, you know, like I had a bad breakup, she was engaged, you know, prior, and that didn't work out or whatever, for whatever reasons, and, you know, she's learning how to like a new nigga. Like I was the person that she first grew feelings for since she came out of that engagement, right? And when those emotions came back and then I wasn't matching that same energy, she got all these emotions that she gotta learn how to deal with, and boom, I'm about to go see what the fuck is up at this nigga house. Takes place. Like before you can even think that it's happening, I'm assuming like to channel that energy in other places, right? Learning because it starts with self. Like I tell people all the time, bro, if you get these emotions and you got this reaction to shit that reaction is a control button. See what I'm saying? Like, if so, meaning like, for example, if I come up to you and I can say something or do something to you, but like, you know, not saying physical, but just do anything like that would innately get you to jump out of character, then I have something that controls you. Yeah. Right? Like you have somebody that controls you, like they can take you there. Mm-hmm. You know, right? So the first step is getting that under control. Like being able to control who the fuck you are in all situations. I'm not saying move around like you a sucker. I'm not saying be soft. What I'm saying is always carry yourself with respect and always give respect. Meaning stand on your respect. Me, I'm going to always say, you know, pardon me and excuse me, yes sir, no sir, all that shit if I have to, my pops and all that. And I'm going to always move in a manner of opening doors and you know, being chivalrous and being polite to all people.
That's why that's why you be courting all the women.
Negative. But honestly though, like I give that because I'm gonna stand on it if you disrespect me in that way. Meaning that because I'm gonna give you this, you can't come at me disrespectfully in any way. Like, you can't talk to me no kind of way, none of that shit. So, and she has to learn how to love herself enough to do that. Because self-respect ain't gonna allow you to pop on a nigga though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Self-respect ain't finna leave no motherfucking 9-minute voicemail clowning thinking it's funny because you drunk and shit. Yeah. Like, so you start with self-respect, and once you gain that self-respect, then you learn how to give respect to others. Yeah. And once you learn how to deal with people from a respect level, after the respect, then comes the companionships and the friendships and the relationships and all that. You know, everything is situational and relational. There's a core to everything. For me, when I'm talking about relationships, it's trust and respect. If I can't trust you and I can't respect you, there's no relationship, period. I agree. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I've been having a fun conversation with you, bro. And, you know, and we ain't gotta drag this thing out. I've been enjoying this shit. I've been really just going through the motions of like getting this whole, going through the motions of my thoughts of getting this whole process set up with us. You know, what it took for us to get here both physically and mentally. You know, me moving to and from New York within a 7-year span. Us having this idea of a clothing line that we trying to start. And actually not understanding what all goes into that and being so green to like trying to become entrepreneurs, to then stripping that and going back to the drawing board and like, you know, actually mapping out a plan of starting a podcast and then introducing folks to the clothing line later, and just trying to be us becoming older and becoming businessmen, like all of that into this one moment right now to say that we sitting in front of people that's actually interested in what the fuck we gotta talk about. I'm just extremely thankful.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal feeling, man.
Absolutely, and I'm even more grateful that I get to do it with one of my motherfucking partners that I've been rocking with since the sandbox, my nigga.
Since Boy Scouts, baby, since Boy Scouts.
Hey,
and nigga, I used to roast marshmallows. Nigga used to want to smoke. I was like, hell nah, nigga.
My dog was one of them country niggas that thought he was hood and left too early, bro, trying to check people with his living ass body. It's all good though, man. But like, honestly, man, listen, thank you to my dog for rocking with me, dog. Thank you for sitting down at the table. Y'all can catch us every weekend, every Sunday doing this. We're gonna give y'all something. We just wanted this first episode for y'all to look at it and see us as genuine people, see what conversations y'all was gonna get. We definitely gonna have way more topics, way more things we gonna talk about. We hoping that y'all interact in the comments. Definitely go to the YouTube channel, CertifiedSteppazPodcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your sister, tell your cousin, tell your mama, tell everybody to go follow us. I promise you, we're only gonna get better from here. And dog, smooth.
You be with them steppers, huh? But you can't step with us.